Hello, my lovely year 8s. I hope you've had a nice week and that you managed to do all the work set. However, remember, if you find any of the work that I am setting you difficult, or if you have questions on the work given, please email me and I'll try to help you. Okay, let's go over the answers for Fluency 2. Question number 1. It's a workout and we have a multiplication. So multiplication, gelosia. Well done. Let's draw the gelosia boxes. We need a 3 by 2 box because the first number has 1, 2, 3 digits and the second number has 2 digits. So a 3 by 2 box. Now we split the boxes in half. And then we write the numbers on the top. 3, 2, 9, 5, and 4. Put the decimal points. And now we're ready to start. 9 times 5, 45. 2 times 5, 10. And 3 times 5, 15. Moving on to multiplying by 4 now. 9 times 4, 36. 3 times 4, 8. And 3 times 4, 12. Now we need to add these columns. Let's grab a different pen so then you can see what I'm doing. I have 6. It's a bit thick, so let's just change that. I have a 6. 3 add 5 is 8. Add this other 8 is a 16. Then I carry the 1. 4 add 0 is 4. Add 2 is 6. Add 1 is 7. Moving on to the other column, 1 add 5 is 6, add 1 is 7, and then the 1. So the digits to our answer are 1, 7, 7, 6, 6. Now you ask yourself, have I finished? The answer is no, because we haven't put the decimal point yet. So let's do just that. It's here, a decimal point, so we drag down. And then we drag the other one and then across. The decimal point lands there. So the answer is 17.766. Please tick your work if you got that answer. If you didn't, pause the video and correct. Question number 2. We have a subtraction with decimals. What do we do first? We line up the digits and we say unit under unit. This would be a unit. The 4 is the units, and that's the tens. So in the second number, the units is a 0. So units under units. 0 is the units, 0.9. And we always say, fill this space with a 0 to help yourself. We have a subtraction. So 3 take away 0 is, 2 take away 0 is a 2. 3 take away 9 I cannot do, so I borrow. That is now a 3, and this becomes a 13. 13 take away 9 is a 4, and I lower the decimal point. 3 take away 0, 3, and 2 as it is. So the answer is 23.42. Tick your work or pause the video and correct. Okay, moving on to question number 3. Find the HCF of 12 and 24. We know the HCF stands for highest common factor. So let's find the factors of 12. Factors go always in pairs, and you always start with 1. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, check the 3. Does it go into 12? Yes, it does, with 4. 5 doesn't, 6 I already have. These are the factors of 12. Now we do the factors of 24. Again, start with 1 and it go in pairs. 1 with 24 give you 24, 2 with 12, 3 with 8, and 4 with 6. Always check that you have finished with all the factors by going through the numbers. So I've done 1, 2, 3, and 4. Check the 5. Does 5 go into 24? Answer is no. So you do not write down the 5. You move on to the next number, and the next number is 6, which is already down there. Now we need the highest number that appear on both of these lists. So I have a 1 on both. You can see that I have the 1 on both, but that's not the highest. I have 2 on both. That's not the highest. Neither is 3. 4 is on both. And I have a 6 on both, but that's not the highest. Look, I even have a 12 on both. So I'm going to circle my 12th, and I can write my answer as HCF of 12 and 24 is 12. And you have finished. Again, if you got it correct, tick. If you didn't, pause and copy it. You will notice that every week the questions are going to be very similar. So it's very important that you correct your work, so then you can get it right next time. Question number 4. Find the LCM of 9 and 4. The LCM, those are the multiples. So let's do the multiples of 9. So we have 9 is the first one, times 2, 18. Use your fingers for this. We know how to find the multiples of 9. Get your hands out, and the second finger now goes down, and then check. On the left-hand side, you have 1. On the right-hand side, you have 8 fingers left. So answer 18. Times 3 is 27. Times 4 is 36. Times 5 is 45. And I'm going to stop for now. I'm going to check the 4s. Times 1 is 4. Times 2 is 8. Times 3, 12. Times 4, 16. Times 5, 20. Times 6, 24. Times 7, 28. Then times 8, 32. Times 9, 36. Okay, I arrived at a number that appears on both lists. I do not need to move on. I just write that the lowest common multiple is 36. Okay, tick your work or pause and correct. Question number 5. Work out the area of the parallelogram. Again, we ask ourselves, what is the shape? A parallelogram is the answer. Formula for area of a parallelogram is base times height. I need you to write the formula down. Every time you work with area, write the formula down. Okay, now we substitute our base. This is our base, is the same as the number up there, which is 0.7. Our height is the one that's standing up. Remember when we said not the slanted one, the one that stands up, the one that's perpendicular to the base, the one that's 90 degrees to the base. So that will be 0.4. Now we multiply these two numbers, 0.7 times 0.4, and that answer is going to be 0.28. Unit, don't forget, centimeters squared, because we're working with area. Tick your work or pause and correct. Number 6, work out the perimeter of the shape in question 5. So we have the same shape here. I'm quickly going to sketch it. I've always told you, sketch the shapes to help yourself. That's the first step. Step number 2, we put down all the numbers that we know. We also know that this side here is 0.6 because it's a parallelogram and it has equal sides, two equal sides, opposite equal sides, sorry. So now, perimeter, distance around the 2D shape. We're going to have to go around and add this up. Okay, let's start over here. So we're going to go around. That side is 0.7. This other one is 0.6. Then we go around again, 0.7. And one more side, 0.6. Now I check, I have a four-sided shape and I have 4 numbers. So I have the right number of numbers to add up. Let's do that. 7 add 6 is 13, add 7 is 20, add 6 is 26. 6 down, carry the 2, lower the decimal point. 2 added to all the zeros is just 2. I put down the unit, which is centimeters, and I have finished. The perimeter equals to 2.6 centimeters. Perfect. Mark your work or stop and correct. By the way, this is how I want you to show the working out when you send me the photos. Some of you are doing a brilliant job of that, and I'm really, really proud of you guys. Moving on to question number 7. Well, this is a little bit more complicated. However, we know then when we are asked to do working out with loads of operation, we write BIDMAS. Danae is very, very good at writing it each time. Now, let's check. Have we got brackets? We do. So let's just leave everything else as it is and we sort out the brackets. 10 take away 2 is 8. So I've done the brackets. Do I have indices? Indices and square root are done at the same level. So let's do the square root first. The square root of 25 is 5. And I leave everything as it is. Now I check, do I have division or multiplication? I don't, so I move on. Addition or subtraction, I have an addition, and the answer is 13. And I finished. Mark your work or stop, pause the video and correct it. Round to the nearest pound is task for question 8. We have 2 questions there. So let's go. Nearest pound, we have 10 pounds and 34 pence. So this is asking you, is this nearest to 10 pounds or is this nearest to 11 pounds? So we're going to draw the line where the decimal point is, because it's not asking us for pence, it's asking us the nearest pound, and we look at the decider. The decider is a 3, so it does not change the number. So the answer is 10. We do the same thing on B, but now our decider is a 5. So 5, it's a big decider. We'll change the 10 with 1, with plus 1, and that will become an 11. And these are our finished answers. Okay, right, biggest, then, smallest than, or equal. I put this question here because you've done lessons on this last week, and I just wanted to keep us focused on what we're learning at the same time as reminding us of what we've done previously. So, first time, comparative fractions, LCM. That will be the chant. Remember, when I say comparing fractions, you would say find the LCM. So we need to find the LCM of the denominators, the 8 and the 4. So LCM of 8 and 4. So the 8s are 8, 16, and I stop. for the 4 is 4, 8. Okay, I found it already. So the LCM is 8. So we're going to write these fractions over 8. And the second one, again, over 8. 4 to 8 is times 2. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top number. So 3 times 2 is 6. Now, which one is bigger, 7 out of 8 or 6 out of 8? Of course, 7 is bigger because it's more parts out of the same number. So this is how you'd put the sign on question 9. Question number 10. Write a list of the first 5 prime numbers. We have learned from Clevy that 1 is not a prime. So let's just write the other 5. We'll start with 2. Just a reminder that primes are numbers who only have 2 factors, 1 and themselves. So the first prime is 2, the next one is 3, the next one is 5, the next one is 7, and the next one is 11. And they carry on, but I'm only asking you for the first 5, so here is where you stop. So please tick your work or pause the video and correct it. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.